We'll begin with the Adelaide child abuse case that's shocked the world. Lorian Norman viciously attacked her baby girl. She even admitted to the senseless crime. But to the disbelief of many, the judge gave her a suspended sentence. Tonight, for the first time, little Evie's father speaks out about his fight for justice and his ongoing fears for his daughter's safety. Stephanie Piccone with this exclusive interview.
I had big bang, 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 bang at the front door. I knew what that knock was, so I opened up the door. Saw the police standing there with mug shots of Lorian and a photo of Evie too, and they obviously asking me if I'd seen the mother, if this was my daughter.
They say there's no greater love in the world than a mother for her child. So how could any mother do this?
About probably 45 minutes or an hour later, I had a phone call from major crime team detectives saying that she'd been rushed to the women's and children's with life-threatening head injuries. She was just in tears, she was in agony, she was screaming.
They're the confronting images that have made headlines around the world.
It was shocking. She was so black and blue. Her whole entire face was swollen. She just wanted to have a bottle and go to sleep on my chest. But she couldn't even touch the bottle. She couldn't put it in her mouth. Every time she tried to, she couldn't barely even open her mouth. She was so sore. She couldn't drink or eat for days.
An Adelaide mother convicted of beating her 8-month-old baby with a kitchen utensil. And although the offence carries a maximum sentence of 13 years behind bars, 2 weeks ago, Lorian Norman walked from the district court with a 2-year, $500 good behaviour bond.
How can you not get time for that? How can you not get time for beating a baby black and blue?
With Judge Jack Costello handing down a suspended sentence, stating,
"Whilst an assault of a child, particularly one of such a tender age and vulnerability, by a parent stands as a gross breach of trust, there was no bony or intracranial injury, and that your daughter's physical injuries were likely to completely resolve."
The court heard that earlier in the evening, a distressed Lorian called 000, threatening to throw her baby daughter Evie off the balcony.
It's a joke. An absolute joke. You get, a couple of $1,000 speeding, a couple of $1,000 fine for going through a red light in Victoria, and she walks away with a $500 bond for nearly killing her child. It's horrible.
Shane McMahon is little Evie's father, and this is his fight for justice for his little girl.
It was stated through all the forensic reports that she was obviously hit numerous times. They say a minimum of 8 separate forceful blows to the head with likely a kitchen object.
And according to him, while the judge accepted Lorian lost control, the timing of the attack is suspicious.
It was on the anniversary of my father's passing. She knew the anniversary. She knew very well what the day was. She knew how much it upset me. She knew that I just entered into a new relationship and was finally happy and moving on and moving on with my family and creating my own little family.
But the worst part, he claims throughout the case, his daughter's voice was never heard.
Obviously, you can't give an impact statement on an 18-month-year-old because they can't talk. Hello, the primary caregiver right here. I didn't even find out that she pled guilty. I was like a mushroom, kept in the dark.
Sadly, this wasn't the first time Evie's welfare was put at risk. A week before she was born, Lorian threatened to end both their lives. Upset Shane was likely to become her full-time carer, as he was with Evie's older sister. A psychologist even recommending,
"It is imperative that decisions regarding the unborn infant's long-term care arrangements are made in a timely manner and preferably within a 6-month period."
But that recommendation was not taken up.
We knew something was going to happen, but what could we do? You know, I was doing everything I could through the legal system in relation to obtaining her custody.
Following the court decision, Lorian sent Shane this message.
So, I'm not going to jail. What's your next move?
She's a very calculative, cold, vindictive woman. She has abused every single member in my family. She's threatened to kill my mother.
Does she scare you?
No. Physically, she doesn't scare me. It's a hard question, that one.
While physically, little Evie has recovered, the mental scars are much harder to treat.
If the kids, they've got a little ball that it's like a little blow-up ball that they play with and stuff, and they love it, and she loves it too. And they run around the house playing with it, screaming. But if one of the kids kick it or it goes like up in the air or above her face, she's just instantly cowers. She puts her hands up.
This abuse could not have come at a worse time, because this is the time when the basic foundation for trust in our environment is laid down for all of us.
Dr. Darryl Cross has been a clinical psychologist for 40 years, and in that time has never been so astonished at a judge's remarks.
It might be pertinent for some of our judicial system to look very closely at the psychological and psychiatric literature before they make particular comments that would be deemed to be outside of their field.
Online, there are numerous petitions calling for a review of the sentence.
I thought it was absolutely horrific. I mean, it was just an absolute shock to see that a mother could do this to her own baby.
But Shadow Minister for Families and Child Protection, Rachel Sanderson, is hoping she can persuade the Attorney General to take action.
I'm calling on John Rao, our Attorney General, to request a review with the DPP, and after that review to see if it is appropriate to call for an appeal on this sentence.
However, time is of the essence, with the 21-day appeal window set to expire this Wednesday.
What's next?
Fight. Obviously, my daughters and my family are number one, and keep them safe and keep them loved and cared for. That's my main priority. But, you know, it has brought so many people together and so much awareness. I'd love to be able to fight to help our justice system change.
His only fear now that Lorian will continue to press to see her children.
Will you hand her over?
I'll tell you right now, if you think I'm going to hand my daughter back over to that woman, you can order me to do whatever you want, but it's not going to happen.